Mike Garner, approval of right-of-way use permit to install 2 monitoring wells in the right-of-ways of property located at 542 15th Street East.
Good afternoon. So
Good afternoon.
this is the address you may not recognize. This is the Little Caesars location at the corner of 15th and Dr. Edward Hillard Drive. The right-of-way use permit ask is for a geotechnical firm to install some monitoring wells in the public alley on the north side of that piece of property. That diagram there is from the firm that's been contracted with ADM to do groundwater monitoring. And you can see the holes or the bores that they plan to do, and a couple fall in our public right of way. Give you an idea what this is going to be. It's probably a 4 or 6 inch diameter hole drilled to a certain depth, so that they can, drop a monitor in it periodically and take samples of the groundwater that are looking for contaminants. My understanding is years and years ago, this used to be a service station. So this is something that ADM has funded, and Vate has been contracted to perform the services.
What prompted the look?
Not real sure.
But it was ADM.
But it was, it's through ADM, and the people that are performing the services for ADM is Vate, which is a geotechnical firm out of Birmingham.
You got any thoughts?
I don't see any harm in it. Obviously, if there's contaminants found, then we would want to know, our general public would want to know, but I don't believe there's anything that's of a health hazard. Been unable to actually get a specific answer as to why this started many years ago.
Is right-of-way use permit, is it for a certain time or is it forever?
No, it's temporary. Once their monitoring wells start indicating clean water and they stop the monitoring process, they'll backfill those with a flowable concrete material and seal them off.
Are they telling us what they're finding?
We can do that. Yeah, we can get those
We do
results.
that all, but,
Yes, sir, we will.
motion to approve.
Can I ask a
consent-
question, just real quick? What happens if they find contaminants?
I don't know.
Oh,
Hopefully they don't.
but I know, but I mean, I just,
Yeah, I mean,
Hope
that's,
is not a course of action.
would we be responsible?
no, sir, no.
Okay, that
No,
was
we
my-
are not
my
responsible.
concern.
No.
They would most likely either themselves or the property owner require some sort of remediation, some sort of brownfielding, just depending on what it was.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Contingent on the provision that we be notified of the findings.
No,
All right, motion approved.
All in favor?
Yeah, y'all already did.
Yeah, all in favor?
Aye.
All right. Yeah, y'all voted. All right, agenda item number 2, resolution accepting public infrastructure improvements. Mike?
yes, sir. So, this is a resolution accepting, public infrastructure from neighborhoods and, other permits issued through our office for what is public infrastructure. This is a combination of sanitary sewers, sidewalks, roads. Think about subdivision development where the developer builds the road, plats the lots, and then we take over the ownership and maintenance of that infrastructure.
So, Mike, is this we do this as a batch?
Well, we are this time, Counselor, and I think this responsibility falls on me, that this has lagged for quite a while out of this department, and this is a mechanism to catch up.
I don't mind the catch-up, but your department has inspected all those in this batch?
Yes, sir.
Said we accept, we're,
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Joe?
Yeah, I make a motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion approved. Thanks, Mike. Agenda item number 3, approval of professional services contract with Duncan and Coker Associates for surveying and mapping the city property on the east side of Lake Tuscaloosa Dam. Tom,
Well,
I still you?
we're both gonna do this.
All right.
So, on the east side of the lake, do we have any images? Okay. On the east side of the dam, the city owns property on both the north and the south side of New Watermelon Road. If y'all remember, this came to y'all in the Properties Committee meeting a 3 weeks ago, where we had the map, we showed you it's on the shoreline of the lake, the property on the north side, and then a property on the south side below the spillway. So what we're asking today is approval of the surveying contract with Duncan Coker to perform the survey, prepare the maps, and ultimately record a subdivision with the probate records office so that we can move forward with the transfer of the property if the property committees and the council so approves the disposal of the property.
And it's expressed purely as a not to exceed
It is, and
$20,000.
not to exceed of $27,500 for the survey. The next item that is companion to that is the appraisal services for $20,000 to appraise the land to establish the fair market value. And Tom can speak a little more in detail maybe on that for you.
Yep, I mean, that's what we're doing. You'd be allowing us to retain an appraiser to appraise both tracks. This track that we're talking about is north of Watermelon Road and sits above the spillway and is adjacent to the Lake Crest subdivision.
How much land is it? I mean, $20,000 to appraise it. Good luck. How much,
It's,
what's involved?
Probably 30 to 40 acres.
Is this kind of the other side of the police firing range
it's on the north side. of
across the water?
This is above the spillway. You know, the spillway comes up, it's the land that's above the spillway.
And it's about 30 acres?
Or better.
Do we typically do the surveying and mapping and the appraising together, or is there a reason for it?
Well, first of all, we gotta get the survey done to get the appraisal.
I get that.
Yeah,
So,
he has to have the mapping to look at the acreage, to then make his evaluation and come up with the appraised cost.
Okay, so up to 27.5, survey and map, Duncan Coker, up to 20, appraisal and consultant group,
Yes, sir.
they do regular work for
They've
us?
done a lot of work for us, yes, sir.
Up to
He's done a
20.
lot he did McRock's Ferry, so he's very familiar with all the
Okay.
problems.
What kind of time frame?
If, I would assume as soon as we get the survey done, which is, I believe.
We'll have the survey done 2 or 3 weeks,
Yeah.
Okay.
give that to the appraiser,
Appraiser,
so
yeah.
60 days,
60 days.
Okay.
somewhere in that neighborhood.
Joe, you
I'm good.
motion,
Second.
Okay.
All in
so-
favor? We're gonna vote on them.
Who's
Agenda
saying-
item number 3 first? Yep,
who's talking?
that's what we keep. All right.
You do.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Now we gotta vote on agenda item number 4, which they already explained, so can I get a motion for
Okay.
that?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? All
Aye.
right, motion passes. Thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
All right, you good, you good. Agenda item number 5, approval of professional services contract with McGriffin and Associates for providing boundary survey of the property associated with Patton Lake project. Ms. McCool,
Yes, hello, how are you doing?
how you
Good, how
doing?
are you?
Doing well. Today, the Office of the City Engineer is requesting approval of a professional services contract with McGiffert and Associates for a boundary survey for the property associated with Patton Lake Park.
Make a motion, we do that.
I know you do.
Okay, so we have a vicinity map here just to ground us for where Patton Lake is. You can see City Hall in the top left of the map, and Patton Lake is in the Woodland Hills subdivision in District 6. And then here we have a site map, so you can see this was Patton Lake after it drained. The Patton Lake Park project is within those confines of Woodland Hills Drive within that area. So this is for the boundary survey for $8,400.
Why are we doing this?
in order to get our appraisal and acquire this piece of land for the proposed Patton Lake Park project that's coming down the road.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you.
All right, agenda item number 6, approval of professional service agreement with Scoel Engineering Company for consulting services. The Pat Lake project, I think. Scoel.
Yes, so this is also for professional services for Patton Lake Park project, but this is for the consulting services portion of it. Let me scoot forward through this. It's the same site. Here's the conceptual plan for Patton Lake Park project. So this would be for the consulting services fee of $511,627.50.
Can you go back to the image
Official.
that was before that?
Oh, I don't know how to go backward. Oh, there we go. Yes. So this is conceptual work that's been previously done by Shoal.
Sure, okay, thank
And
you.
the project slowed down. It's revitalizing now. We're looking for that contract to continue with the prelim design, final design, bid phase services, things of that nature to get the project from prelim design through construction.
Any questions?
Is this already in line, I mean, we're putting down $500,000.
We've got $1 million in the budget, as I understand it.
There's $2 million in the budget.
million.
So the total, we budgeted $2 million.
Correct.
This gets us to around $500,000. We've mapped it, surveyed it, appraised it, acquired it, and this includes designing a park that's going there?
Yes, sir. Yes, this is for the design of that park and also to it solve some sedimentation issues and drainage issues in the vicinity.
Those are where up.
It is I've been to Africa, y'all, and I've seen African jungles. This is worse, what's out there
So,
right now.
John,
There's
we're
the satellite.
kind of like we occasionally buy a house that's underwater.
Right.
We're buying this, figuring that's the neatest way to shut this down
Right.
is to buy it, own it, make it a park.
We can never have a lake here again. It's just not feasible. And this park is gonna be very nice.
It was man-made anyway, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a foundation that doesn't exist anymore, owned all that. It's really Tom's done a whole lot of work on this.
Ms. Standard,
Yes, sir.
where is this money now?
This is currently in the RFFI. This was part of the mayor's last capital project recommendation.
Yeah.
I think that the planned park and its, in totality from what was viewed on that conceptual drawing, was what was proposed in the initial capital projects presentation.
All right,
Motion.
second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Thank you. Agenda item number 7, approval of minor public works contract with PCI Technologies to replace alarm systems at Hillard Fletcher wastewater treatment plant. Tim?
Yes, sir. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
So this is to replace the fire alarm system that's in the Fletcher admin building. As you may be aware, there's a new building in design for Fletcher wastewater plant. One of the things we want to do with this project is not only replace the system that's due, it's a little right around 30 years old, antiquated fire alarm system in the facility, but this will also allow us to network this building to the new building on site, make monitoring for that fire alarm system fairly simple and straightforward, and actually put it under one monitoring account.
Where's the money, Tim?
This is funded by Water Sewer Facility Renewal.
You okay?
I'm good.
Motion.
Second.
Tim, you got the next
Yes, sir.
4 or 5? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. All right, Tim. Agenda item number 8, approve professional service contract with Markham Architects and Architectural Engineering Services for renovation, new facilities with maintenance warehouse, for the maintenance warehouse.
Yes, sir. So this is funded by the proceeds from the sale of the Hopkins property. This is for design, for modifications inside the building that we purchased at 1209 James I. Harrison. What we want to do, we're already moving into the facility. We want to add a multi-occupant office area because this facility will be used by both facilities maintenance as well as IT's field operations, the fiber group. We're going to add a canopy and walkway on the back of the building that will allow for storage of equipment trailers, things that we don't necessarily need to keep inside but want to keep out of the rain. We're going to add power to the fence on the back of the building. We're going to add a loft area in the front with some stairs for additional storage, and we're going to add a man door on the side of the building as part of this design work.
So Tim, you said this is from the sale
The building we sold to Stampede on Commerce Drive near the airport.
and where is that money?
It was, sorry, so once the sale went through, we deposited it into the RFFI, and the sale of the building, or sorry, the acquisition of the James I. Harrison building was paid out of that.
About how much is left in there from that?
$5.5 million-ish.
Yeah, I think it's about
And-
5.8.
and
right now.
That money is, it purely belongs to the RFFI at this point, right? It's not.
Yes, sir, it's not earmarked for anything currently,
So,
just the property acquisition and move-in costs.
so what are you gonna do with this building, Tim?
Well, we're housing our entire facilities maintenance operation inside this building. The building that we sold to Stampede was where those guys operated out of, where our general fund warehouse was from. We're not only moving them, we're moving the IT's field operations from the TDOT property to this site as well. So this is our warehouse for all of IT's field operations, all of facilities maintenance operations. We have a portion of public works in there as well. So this is their operating, where they report to every single day. This is where they operate from.
Question?
No, I said I'm good.
Alright.
Motion.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. Agenda item number 9. Go ahead, Tim. You got the next four.
Yes, sir. So this item is funded by facility renewal. This is at fire station number 2. What we've had, in one of the restrooms at the fire station, we've got a broken shower pan in one of the restrooms, which is underneath tile. We need to remove the tile from this restroom, repair the pan. It's caused some damage to the sheetrock in the adjacent bunk room. We have to make those repairs, a few plumbing repairs inside the wall, put all the bathroom back together.
Question?
Okay.
Motion.
I'm hoping my shower was $50,000.
Well, so that's largely the tile removal, tile replacement, shower repair.
No, I was being serious. I hope my
Yeah.
shower.
I'm for
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. Agenda item number 10. Tim.
Yes, sir. So this is our annual service contract for inspection and maintenance on all of the city's generators. This is funded by both CFG's operating account as well as multiple accounts from water and sewer, because this does both general fund and water and sewer generators across all city properties. And this is, there's approximately 90 generators. I think the number is exactly 88 or 89, but approximately 90 generators we service annually with whomever is the lowest price contractor.
First time we use this.
This is our second year using Nixon.
Question?
So you said this is shared between CFG,
And water and sewer.
water, and sewer. And is it evident from each maintenance item who owns that one, or how do y'all break it up?
Yes, sir. So the quote from Nixon actually line items every single generator and each of the amounts that's being funded by the four
Okay,
different.
so the departments see who's gonna be eating what.
Yes, sir.
And on the resolution, when it goes to council, it will have a breakdown of the general ledger account numbers that will be charged for each individual amount.
Good. Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Agenda item number 11. Tim.
Yes, sir. So this is requesting a contract with Smith and Stegall for the replacement, the design replacement for the TPD generator. Council may recall, about 6 weeks ago, I brought a contract to remove the underground storage tank of the diesel fuel at TPD. That's part of the process in removing the existing diesel generator on site, transitioning over to a natural gas generator. The generator on site now is currently the original one, so it's installed 1989, 1990. It's certainly reaching its end of life, 35 years old. So we would like to start design work. Again, this is just for the design associated with modifying all the transfer switches, removing this generator, installing a natural gas generator, designing the natural gas piping to that generator.
And
And
where's
this-
that coming from?
This is funded from our facility renewal.
Silver Mill.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, motion passed. All right, agenda item number 12. Tim,
This is funded also by facility renewal, and this is at the Kentuck building, the Queen City Pool House. We have seven roof drains on the, what I'd call the mid-tier or lower tier portion of the roof that have been continuous problems for us for several years. We've made various attempts to try to repair the existing roof drains. The problem is they're really undersized for the amount of water that they're getting. And of course, combined with the age of the building, there are 2-inch roof drains. We are going to size these up to 3 by 4 and surface mount those on the concrete columns of the building to allow for clear access and clear path off the roof, the water off the roof.
Where's this money come from?
This is facility renewal.
To fit the facility with Brendan, what's the, refresh me, refresh me, what's our agreement with Kentuck on maintenance, repairs and stuff like that as we move towards that kind of marriage that's going on there?
Yes, sir. The part of the lease, well, we're what's considered 4 walls and a roof, so this would be one of the major systems that we would be responsible for. For example, one of the recent improvements that I believe they reimbursed us for I think some
Kitchen,
water,
didn't we
kitchen
just-
services.
Kitchen.
Since that was interior and at their request, that cost would have been bared by them. So this is just a major system.
This
which
is
part of the
clearly
lease.
ours.
Correct. And I do want to note on that regardless of the tenant, past, present, or in the future, we'd still be a responsible party to address that.
Motion.
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. Thank you, Tim.
Yes, sir.
Agenda item number 13, resolution authorizing mayor to execute security firm contracts with city facilities and events. Kay,
Good afternoon, council.
good afternoon.
So this resolution seeks authorization for the mayor to execute security firm contracts with vendors on the preferred security vendor list for city facilities and events. So basically, for example, when someone rents the River Market for an event, we require them to hire security. Also, we refer to them as t-shirt security. So this resolution will allow the mayor to execute security contracts for the facility, providing us with additional security firms to choose from. Would like to note that all security contracts are thoroughly vetted by TPD and OCA, and the renter's responsible for paying the security firm, and no funding is required for this authorization.
Okay, so I'm a little, we're approving the vendors on the optional contract, right?
On the preferred
Preferred.
security list, and
They're paying them.
yes, sir. Just like they pay linens, they pay for security.
Sure. What all facilities does this cover?
All of them, but this is specifically for River
So
Market.
is this any change in TPD security?
No.
This is just basically like the amphitheater and everything else.
We're not expanding it
No.
or contracting?
No.
It's hired for.
This just gives us additional company to choose from.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. Thank you.
Thank you.
Agenda item number 14, amending resolution authorizing the professional service contract with Quatera Inc. for utility locate management services. Jason?
Thank you. Good
Good
afternoon.
afternoon.
This item came to you January the 6th, and when it got to the purchasing stage, we realized that we had left off a small part on the original resolution. There's a $1,300 year one implementation fee that was not reflected in the previous presentation to you, and so that's why this is coming back. So year one is 13,220. Years 2 and 3 are 11,920.
That's it?
Yes, sir.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Thanks, sir. Agenda item number 15, resolution authorizing Office of City Attorney to initiate condemnation proceedings and take other actions for the acquisition of property for the Kicker Road Sidewalk Project.
Good afternoon, council.
Good afternoon.
I've got two sidewalk projects to talk to y'all about. This first one though is Kicker Road Sidewalk. This is gonna go from J.C. Park up to Piney Grove Baptist Church. And we have been in the process of acquiring easements. It's looking like we're gonna need to go the condemnation route on one easement. So this is just authorizing us to go ahead and file a suit for condemnation.
Is that for two of them, wasn't it?
So far, it looks like just one, but
Oh.
there might be others.
Any circumstances we ought to know about?
No, this is air property that, as far as we can tell, the title to the deed's 100 years old. So
Michigan or someplace like that.
You good? Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Agenda item number 16, resolution authorizing agreement with Valbridge Property Advisors for professional property appraisal services for Ash Street Sidewalk Project.
thank you. This is the Ash Street Sidewalk Project. This is going to go from McDonald Hughes up to Carlton Park. In order to build the sidewalk, we're going to need to acquire 2 temporary construction easements. Because this is a federal grant, this is the TAP grant, we're going to need to get those 2 properties appraised and then have a review appraisal. We sent out an RFQ, got back some good options. We're recommending Valbridge as the primary appraiser, and then the appraisal consulting group, which all were discussing earlier, as the review appraiser.
So this is just to get temporary easement for construction?
Yes, sir.
And then when do we see the contract, or do we?
The contract,
What are we paying to do this?
we don't know yet.
A little, a lot?
A little. This is a very small project.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Motion passes. So, I got you up again, Hudson, that's the same project. Agenda item number 17, resolution authorizing agreement with appraisal and consulting group for professional property appraisal service for Ash Street.
Yep, I sat down too quick. I'm sorry. This is the same thing. The federal law requires us to acquire a primary appraiser and also a review appraiser. This is the review appraiser.
So even less?
Yes.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Agenda item number 18, authorizing amendment number 1 to funding agreement with MAC Environmental LLC for home repair and renovation services. Chip?
Good afternoon, council.
Good afternoon.
So basically, our Let's Paint program, we went into repair and renovation of lead homes after the fact we took all the lead paint out of them. We originally allocated $336,000 to this with CDBG money. And when we made our contracts with the contractor and engineering firm, we left some money on the table in case we ever had any change orders or to pay some admin. Well, once we got done with the first round, we had about $100,000 left over, so we went back and did the second round and did 5 more houses. And now we're just adjusting the contract with the contractor to show that where we went in and did those extra houses.
So this is us painting and repairing people's homes?
Yes,
And the money comes from where?
it's CDBG money.
CDBG money?
Yeah.
And we did what we were gonna do,
Right,
and we had $100,000 left over,
right.
and we've now done 5 more houses.
Right.
How do you pick those?
We put out an application process where people apply. We grade their, applications and the ones that's qualified. The first time we did, we had 10 homes that qualified. The second time, we had 5 homes that qualified.
You grade them on need or area or what?
No, it's mostly on,
I mean, is it the one who needs the most paint is the top of the list?
no.
Or is it fit in an area that's been
First off, you would have to
strategically-
income qualify in order to, get into the
Income.
program. And then once you did that, it would really be, we rank them based upon when the applications come in. Because it's like we put in an opportunity to apply for this program, we give people a week to apply, and we'll get like 300 or 400 applications.
Right.
And, about 10% of them really qualify.
And so this request to execute the amended agreement, that's just to paint the additional 5
Right.
houses?
The original contract with the contractor was for $230,000, and we only spent like 180 of that. And so we also had another contract with Volkert to do engineering services for 70. They only spent about 10, so we had an extra $100,000. So we went ahead and put out another opportunity for people to apply. So we got 5 more homes. We went in and did those homes, and we didn't know what that was going to cost until we got that to adjust the contract, the not to exceed contract.
I don't have any other questions.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed.
Thank you.
Thanks, Chip. All right.
Yeah, we got the rest
Agenda
of
item
them.
from 19 to 25, it's gonna be you, Heather. I'm gonna let you rock and roll.
Okay. So, our first item is, for us to, ask for authorization to execute the grant agreement for the 2025, action plan. That goes with CDBG and the home program. We're expecting to get those grant agreements soon, so we want to go ahead and get authorization for that. This is the action plan that that council approved this past summer that we submitted to HUD.
What amounts would those be?
We had $877,797 in CDBG and $662,037.96 in home.
Okay, so if we get the 25 grant agreements, that's what would be coming in?
So that'll be on the grant agreement, and then the next item I'll talk about allocating out for subrecipient
Okay,
agreements.
do you need this approved?
Yes, sir.
separately from the rest? No, I'm good.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion approved. All right.
The next item would be to execute subrecipient agreements for program year 2025, as well as the memorandums of understanding for CDBG and home. Those are the projects that we did approve this past summer and was submitted in the action plan. Once we receive those grant agreements and approval from HUD, we'd like to proceed with getting those contracts executed.
Question?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, motion passed. All right, agenda item number 21.
The next item would be authorizing an execution of an agreement with the Alabama Department of Economic and Community Affairs for 2025 Emergency Solution Grant Program. The city was funded with $220,000, and that would be to provide funds for administration, homeless management information system, homeless prevention, rapid rehousing, street outreach, and emergency shelter costs.
You gotta walk me through this a little slow. So we got
$220,000.
220.
Mhm.
And this is us requesting authorization to execute an agreement with
The state.
the state to, you named off some functions.
To provide,
We provide that service.
so we will allocate that
We
out.
will allocate some of that 220 to pay for those services.
Yes, sir.
The next item has the who's gonna do who.
The next one does?
Yeah.
In that case, I got no more questions.
Yeah, motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. You roll, man.
So this next item goes with that grant. In our original application that you approved for us to submit, we had 3 agencies that were part of the implementation for ESG. So this would allow us to execute funding agreements with those agencies. So that would be the Salvation Army for $94,000, Temporary Emergency Services for $46,200. Turning Point for $60,000. And then we will have $8,800 in admin and $11,000 to operate the homeless management information system.
Can you talk a little bit about the management system and what we do when we collect that information and the wraparound services that we provide with that information?
Yes, so HUD requires, in order to utilize the ESG funds, that you report in the homeless management information system or a comparable database. So our DV provider, they report in another database so that those clients can stay secure. That system is the system that ultimately lets Congress know how we're performing. So not only is ESG in there, but we also receive continuum of care funds in our community. They also report in that system. Indian Rivers has a program that reports in that system as well. We actually, we're in reporting season right now for the continuum of care. The city handles that for the continuum. And we are pushing out these reports that ultimately go to Congress so they see what we did with the money. They're looking at, did we leave people better than we found them, as far as the people that we serve. So everything goes in there as far as what they received, how they came in, and how they exited the program that they were in. So that's that reporting system. Then along with the different activities that I talked about, shelter, rapid rehousing, homeless prevention, the city also supports this grant with the Housing Counseling Agency. So those clients get to come for education and one-on-one counseling because, like I said, we want to leave people better when they exit the program. And in order to do that, we want to give them as much information and set them up for stability and success.
Well, thank you, Heather. I get a lot of questions about the homeless, so I'm glad you explained that to not only me, but everybody that's watching, that we are actively trying to solve the problem.
Absolutely.
So, motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Heather?
Okay, so the next three items go together. The first item is an amendment to the Salvation Army contract under 2024 ESG. This would deobligate $30,000 from their contract at their request. This will reduce it to $69,000, and then also in their budget reduce homeless prevention by $30,000 to $11,070. And this is a lot with timing to make sure that we can close out 2024 in a timely fashion. We have two other agencies that have need for funds that can spend it quickly. So we want to go ahead and get that moved around so that we can go ahead and spend the funds.
Who are the two other agencies?
Turning Point and Temporary Emergency
All
Services.
under our same umbrella.
Yes, sir. So it's under the ESG implementation.
Okay. I don't have any other
Motion.
questions. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes.
Okay, the second item is to amend Turning Point's contract to add $15,000 from that $30,000 that we removed from Salvation Army. That'll increase their contract to $70,000 and increase their rapid rehousing activity line item to $31,500. So that's at $15,000 going into that line item.
Just as an example, what happens under rapid rehousing? Is that
So in order
getting
to
somebody
qualify,
back, huh?
So in order to qualify for rapid rehousing, you have to be category 1, so either living in shelter or a place that's not fit for habitation.
Okay.
So that qualifies you as category 1, and then that gets you access to rapid rehousing. So we're moving you into permanent housing.
With permanent housing.
Okay. So that looks like deposit, rent, and this can be an ongoing thing for a year where you're getting case management, we're assessing your needs so that by the time we get to the end of that year, we're in a more stable situation.
What happens at the end of the year?
So at the end of the year, we reevaluate.
I mean, I'm assuming the ideal is they've gotten their feet back under them and they resume responsibility for deposits or rent or whatever it was.
Yeah, so we reevaluate, so that particular activity, you have to evaluate every 12 months. So the goal is to do the most we can in that 12 months. Some people don't need the full 12 months. But to maximize that time period, because we don't want to rehouse someone and then they return to homelessness.
What happens if they're not ready at 12 months?
So
I
the
mean,
way
you
that,
said we reevaluate them?
so our subrecipient will reevaluate them.
Subrecipient.
So now we're kind of getting into what the regs say you have to do.
Well, I won't take you there right now because
I don't want to
I'm
bore
brain
you with
dead.
that.
But we'll, separate conversation.
Okay.
Okay.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. All right. And I think we got one more now.
Okay, and this final item is reallocating that last 15,000. So we're amending TES's contract under the 2024 ESG program, and that will increase their contract to 61,200 and increase the activity line item in their budget for homeless prevention by 15,000 to total $37,230.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion approved. Thanks, Heather. All right. Any more questions or comments? Any committee members?